Hey, it's Kelly. Welcome back to my channel where we talk all about how to glow from the inside out. And today I'm talking about nourishing moisturizers for fall. Now, fall is here. I cannot believe it. And I find moisturizer to be the number one product that I am switching out when the season changes, especially as it starts to get a little cooler and a little drier outside. My skin needs a little bit more moisture. So that's what today's video is all about. I've got a roundup of some fresh moisturizer picks for you for the fall season. And hey, if you're looking for some serum recommendations for this season, definitely check out my nourishing serums for fall video that I just released a couple weeks ago. All right, don't forget to hit subscribe anytime during the video if you want to see more from me and come join our skincare community. But let's kick it off with these nourishing moisturizers for fall. Give the video a big thumbs up and let's get started. Let's talk about VT PDRN 100 cream. Now, this is a really nice lightweight cream moisturizer. I think would work really well for folks with an oily skin type or those who have like a combo oily skin type. Balanced skin types who are looking for something light and lotion-like, this is going to be perfect for you. Now, this contains 10% of VT's wild ginseng PDRN. Now, PDRN is huge in K-beauty this year. It is in like all the products, and basically, this is an ingredient that really helps with skin rejuvenation. It can really refresh your complexion. It can bring out a healthy lit from within glow. It can also help to support collagen stimulation within the skin, which helps not only with the well-aging journey, but it can also just help with a rejuvenated look to the skin. It can help with tone, texture, and skin elasticity. So it really just kind of hits all of the markers of really good looking skin. And VT is using their PDRN that's derived from ginseng, which has some additional benefits around elasticity, antioxidant care, as well as just like really bringing out that healthy, rejuvenated look. So these two together, right, definitely it's all about healthy skin. This cream also contains Azaleen Blue capsules. Now, Azaleen is actually derived from the biologically active compound guanidine found in the chamomile plant. And this is a intense soothing ingredient for the skin. It really brings down inflammation, redness, itchiness, sensitivity, and has a very good calming effect on the skin. And there's these very faint little blue capsules within the cream. The formula also features panthenol and hyaluronic acid, which are humectant ingredients. So you're going to feel a little bit of a hydrating effect to this cream. And then they are also using some macadamia seed oil, which brings just a really nice light emolliency and moisturization to the cream without making it really heavy or greasy or dense. And that really translates to the texture. This is a cream texture, but it is very light, more lotion-like than cream-like. You can see it's not a stiff cream texture at all. And in fact, as you spread it across your skin, you almost notice a slight gel-like effect as it thins out on your skin. It does have that nice feeling of hydration, the panthenol and the hyaluronic acid at play here. And then it just leaves the top of your skin softened, conditioned, moisturized, just like gently hugging in all of that hydration. And it leaves your skin really smooth, but it's not like this heavy, seal it off occlusive cream. It still really allows your skin to breathe, and it is not greasy. It does all the moisturization inside of your skin, not sitting in a layer on top of your skin. And so it definitely feels more lotion-like than cream-like than, you know, the traditional thick, hard to spread types of creams you might be familiar with. And so I find this to be really nice for, like I said, oily skin, balanced skin types, and combo skin that leans more oily than it does dry, because this is so light. It's very breathable, really refreshing, but it does still soothe and soften the skin. And that can sometimes be, you know, one of the things that you run into when the temperatures start to drop or the air starts to get a little bit drier, is that your skin is craving a little bit more moisture. But when you are dealing with more oil on your skin, or you don't like heavy, dense creams, striking the right balance can be a difficulty. And I think that this cream does it really, really nicely. Now, one way that I personally like to use this cream, because while I do produce some oil in the summer months, my skin does lean a little bit more on the combo dry side. And so this cream's not really heavy duty enough for me, quite honestly, but one way that I really like to use this as a soothing cream if my skin's feeling a little bit irritated, but I also find this to be actually a really nice eye cream. It has just that right texture that is moisturizing, soothing, plumping, and then all that good PDRN in there that actually has a brightening effect for the under eye area, as well as some of the well aging effects. It actually works for that area really, really nicely. Now let's talk about the Anua 3 Ceramide Panthenol Moisture Barrier Cream. Now this is going to be great for folks with an oily skin type, a balanced skin type, those with a more traditionally combo skin type, but this is also great for folks with some dehydrated skin as well, because this is really focused on the moisture barrier. So ingredients wise, we do have 3 different types of ceramides, and they are encapsulated, and that really helps to keep those lipids really nice and fresh for the skin so that they can really help to strengthen up your skin barrier. And then they are also using centella for soothing, as well as panthenol for a hydrating effect. And so this cream actually has a really similar composition to the VT-PDRN cream. As you notice, we have that soothing element. We have some panthenol in here for hydration. The bit of a difference here is the additional ceramide content in here. And this is why I am recommending this for folks who are dealing with a little bit more oil on their skin, or who don't like really heavy, dense creams, but might be struggling with some dehydration. And that is, very common in the fall season. It definitely happens when it gets colder outside, but one of the common culprits that people don't always consider when we're talking about dehydrated skin is actually when you're inside. When you turn the heat on inside, it actually dries out the air. And when there's less humidity and moisture in the air, it can actually negatively affect your skin barrier, which then actually leads to transepidermal water loss or dehydration within the skin. And so ceramides are the really important lipid. It actually makes up 50% of your skin barrier. I know I'm always talking about it, but bear with me. It makes up 50% of your skin barrier, and that's what actually helps to keep it strong, to keep it healthy, and that's what resists the dehydration deep within your skin. And that's what helps to stand up to not only the cold weather outside, right, but the dry environment that can occur inside when we turn the heating on. So this does have a lighter cream texture, but it is a little bit thicker and a little bit more rich than the VT-PDRN cream is. This definitely feels very silky, very skin conditioning. It does have that kiss of panthenol in it, so you do feel that when you apply it, but it is mostly a moisturizing, lightly rich type of cream. It will really soften any dry areas. If you have some like flaky skin, this is definitely going to help soothe that. And there is a little bit more of a rich slip to this cream than the VT cream has. It's a little bit more on that moisturizing side without really stepping up too heavy in the weight. And so it leaves your skin incredibly soft, conditioned, and just really smooth at the surface, as well as nourished, calm, and moisturized. So I really like this formula for dehydrated skin because it really hits all the different levels or the different things that you might be struggling with. It definitely helps with the dehydrated, tight feeling with the panthenol, but it also helps with the potential irritation or itchiness or even the stinging and sensitivity that you might be having when your skin gets really dehydrated. The centella really helps to calm that down. But then the ceramide content in here, it not only moisturizes your skin and helps to ease any rough flakiness on your skin, but it also helps to strengthen your skin barrier, which is the root, right, of your dehydrated skin. So if you strengthen up your barrier, your skin is going to be less prone to dehydration and the effects of the fall weather. So I think it's just a really smart formula, but it's still nice and light and breathable and not like really heavy and greasy. Let's talk about the Skin 1004 Probiotica Enrich Cream. Now, this is my recommendation for folks with a combination skin type that might lean a little bit more dry, and definitely combo folks that are struggling with some dehydration. This is also good for balanced skin types that experience a little bit more dryness as the season changes and gets a little bit cooler, or the air inside gets a little bit drier. Now, this is another similar formula here to the Anua cream, where we have a focus on ceramide content as well as centella content. So we do have ceramide content in here that has been married with a couple of different forms of centella. We do have centella extract extract here right at the top of the ingredients list, but then we also have a fermented version of Centella extract. And, when you ferment Centella, it really kind of opens up a lot of the vitamins, minerals, the probiotics, all of that that's so good for the health of your skin. It helps with your skin microbiome, which is actually something that is a defensive mechanism within your skin that actually works in tandem with your skin barrier. And it just also can help to really enhance the benefits of Centella. So the soothing, the anti-inflammation, the anti-redness benefits of Centella just kind of gets amplified when you ferment that ingredient. And then they're using TECA, which is made up of 3 of the biologically active compounds found in the Centella plant. And what's good about that is it's a really standardized, kind of purified form of Centella. So the extract is great because you get kind of all of the plant all kind of diluted into one extract. But with TECA, you are getting those biologically active compounds in a really standardized formula. It's not watery. It's not dependent on the quality. Like it's just, we know exactly what we're getting, and it just means that it's really purified. It's very potent, and we know exactly what it's going to do. It's going to amplify the Centella benefit. As it starts to get colder, as it starts to get drier, that can really start to affect our skin. And when our skin gets very dry, it's lacking moisture, maybe it's even lacking hydration, it can manifest as some more redness within the skin or a dullness within the complexion, flakiness on top of your skin. I know when it starts to get cold here, I do see a lot more redness, especially around my nose area, just really naturally, because my skin is just really feeling those effects. And so what really helps with that, definitely soothing it with moisture, for sure. That's definitely going to help us, especially with surface roughness, but really helping to address the that low level inflammation within the skin, that low level irritation within the skin can go a long way to not only helping with the redness, but also helping with any irritation within the skin too. So I love all of these forms of, really great quality Centella in here, married with the ceramide content, because that's going to help your skin barrier, right? Which is definitely affected by this season. And then there's a couple of great emollients in here, including shea butter, macadamia oil, as well as moringa oil and squalane oil. So this is adding a little bit more richness, emolliency, skin conditioning, skin softening effects. Like I was saying, if you have a lot of roughness at the surface of your skin from the dryness, all of these oils in this cream are really going to help soften that. And so we have a little bit more of a traditional cream texture here in this product, but you can actually see that there's something a little bit unique and special about this. It does have a little bit of a string like effect. When you pull your hand out from the jar, you will get a little bit of a trail of the cream, but don't mistake that for stickiness. This is not a sticky cream at all. It's actually a really interesting blend of hydration, but it almost is like a cream that's been whipped with a lot of air into it, because it's really buttery, it's really silky. There's a medium quality to this moisturizer. The other products we've talked about so far, much more lighter. We're building up in weight and in moisturization as well. And so this feels buttery, but not like really dense or hard to spread on the skin. It feels like air has been whipped into it. So it actually glides onto your skin like a dream. It absorbs in really nicely, and you feel a little a hint of hydration to this, and then you feel a lot of moisturization deep within the skin. This feels like a cream that doesn't sit on top of your skin and just kind of like create a layer. It actually gets deep inside, and that feels really good when your skin is severely dehydrated, because it feels like whatever's happening in your skin, whatever's feeling irritated, feels deep in the skin, not surface level. And so this moisturizes at many different levels within the skin. Feels so good. It actually feels a little bit plumping as well. And then the surface of your skin, moisturized, softened, conditioned, smooth, so soft. If you have any rough patches, this is going to feel amazing on your skin. And this has like a nice amount of occlusivity, which is a really good quality to look for in a moisturizer if your dehydration is getting pretty bad. Especially, I feel like dehydration seems worse at nighttime when we're sleeping. When you wake up, your skin just feels so dry and tight. You definitely want to look for creams that have that occlusive nature to it. And so this actually just creates that little bit of that layer on top of your skin that helps to resist the moisture and hydration loss gloss within the skin. It's just a little bit of that seal it in quality. Now let's talk about the Haru Haru 5 Ceramide Barrier Moisturizer. Now this is going to be great for folks with a combination leaning dry skin type. Also good for folks who are dehydrated, anybody looking to help strengthen up their skin barrier. And I will say, as the fall season has really started to take effect, especially at nighttime, and the temperatures are really starting to drop, and I'm starting to feel it in my skin, especially my nighttime walks with my dog. I've actually switched over to using this cream in my night routine. The days are still pretty warm, so I'm using something a little bit lighter, but I actually started using this moisturizer again. I was using it in the spring, and I brought it back into my routine at nighttime, and my skin is like, thank you, Kelly. This is exactly what your combo dry, dehydrated skin needs as we are getting deeper into the fall months. So the ingredients here are very barrier supportive. We have 5 different types of ceramides in here. As the name suggests, 5 ceramides. You know, ingredients list checks out. The receipts, they do have them. 5 different types of ceramides in here, which are also combined with some cholesterol content as well as fatty acids. Now, those are the 3 lipids. You know, ceramides are really important. They make up 50% of your skin barrier, but fatty acids and cholesterol, 25% of your skin barrier respectively, right? And so these are the other key important players, especially if you do notice that your barrier does get weak in the colder, drier temperatures. We also have some fermented black rice extract in here, which is a hallmark of Haru Haru products. Rice is a fantastic antioxidant. When it's fermented, it actually unlocks more of that antioxidant protection, as well as some skin brightening, some amino acid content. It actually can help with your skin complexion because it just helps to bring out that healthy glow from within. And then they are actually also using magoli, which is a byproduct of fermented wine from Korea. And so this also kind of just brings out some more of the fermented benefits of really bringing out that healthy complexion. So you can see at the texture here, it's actually a much more dense cream than what we've talked about so far in the video. And it actually, you can see there's flakes in the cream. Those are ceramide capsules. That keeps the ingredient really efficacious. It helps to deliver it into the skin a little bit better, a little bit deeper, and keep the ingredient working hard for your skin. But you don't really feel these flakes. I will say, I do notice sometimes that not all of the flakes will go away after applying this. So you do want to, if you do use it during the day, you might want to be a little bit more dedicated, making sure you don't have any little flakes rolling around on your skin. At nighttime, I don't really mind it, but I have noticed it a little bit more as I've been using this cream more consistently. But I love this texture because it's a little bit dense, but it's still really easy to spread, and it just melts. It's so buttery, it just melts into your skin. It's really nourishing, it's rich, but it's not like greasy or hard to spread. It just glides and melts and just absorbs in deeply. Like I was saying, if you're really dehydrated, you kind of want that moisture to go a lot deeper than just sitting on top of your skin. And this is the one that kind of gets in deep and has like a soothing effect for the skin, really softens on top of the skin, and there's some good occlusivity here. Now let's talk about the Iunique Beta Glucan 3X Barrier Cream. Now this is going to be my recommendation for folks who are suffering with dehydration within their skin. I think really any skin type that has dehydration, like severe dehydration, but this is going to be great if you have a balanced skin type, a combo skin type, or a dry skin type that is suffering with dehydration. Now this one's interesting because, you know, I have been building up in thickness and in richness with the moisturizer textures. This one is a little bit different because depending on your skin type and how your skin accepts these types of creams, some folks would find this lighter than the Haru Haru or even the Skin 1004 cream that I've talked about previously. And some folks would actually find it heavier or more seal it off and occlusive than any of those creams that I've talked about so far. So it really just kind of depends on the qualities that you need in your skincare routine. And that's why this one feels less dependent on skin type and more dependent on your need for occlusivity, because that's really where this cream shines. I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself though, so let me just quickly go over the ingredients here. It's beta glucan, right? Yeah, it's in the name. Beta glucan is an amazing amazing humectant for the skin. Not only does it help to hydrate the skin with long-lasting hydration, it also soothes the skin. It reduces irritation, inflammation, or redness within the skin, as well as itching within the skin. And it is, as I said, an amazing humectant, especially if you're suffering with dehydration. They're also using Ectoin, which is like one of the ingredient du jour right next to PDRN. And really what you need to know about Ectoin is that it helps to not only hydrate the skin, but really help to retain hydration deep within the skin for a very long period of time. Now you can see why that would be helpful for dehydrated skin, because if you've ever gone through dehydrated skin, you know that you can put on layers and layers of watery, hydrating, plumping, hyaluronic acid, beta glucan, all of that good stuff. But in 3 hours, it feels like you put nothing on your skin because your skin is already so dry and tight deep from within, right? The hydration is not lasting in your skin. And so ingredients like Ectoin bring that hydrated feeling on application, but they also work hard to retain the hydration deep within your skin over a longer period of time. This is not a wet cream. This is not a plumping cream. This is not this does have a hydrating effect to it, but as you spread it, you're going to see that it actually almost has a more balm-like kind of look to it. It's not creamy and rich and silky and buttery, but it actually is something that is going to create a little bit more of a occlusive seal, if you will, on top of your skin, a little bit more of a balm-like effect on top of your skin. This is also great for folks who don't like the more rich creams that have a little bit of a shine to it, because this is very neutral in the finish. So you get that hydrating effect as you spread it deep within the skin. Your skin also gets this nice moisturization that's not greasy. It's not super oil-based. It's not like this kind of rich slip that you can feel between your fingers, but you can tell that it's softening your skin on top in a very velvety, neutral kind of way. But as it absorbs and dries on the skin, which actually happens quite quickly, it turns from something that feels kind of hydrating and light to something that actually feels very occlusive, very protective, balm-like. And this is particularly important for dehydrated folks, because when you're dehydrated, your skin barrier is not working. Well, what does your skin barrier do? Your skin barrier works to hold the hydration deep within the skin. When that is compromised, it's not working as well as it should. So when we put an occlusive layer on top of our skin to finish off our skincare routine, that actually helps to aid your skin's natural skin barrier to stop the hydration. It's just like an extra layer of defense. So the dehydration, when it's weak, it goes right through that barrier, but now we've got this occlusive layer that really slows down that process. I did struggle on where to put it into the video, but if you're looking for a really good dehydration fighting occlusive cream without greasiness, without heaviness, this is unique. This has a really great texture. It works fantastic with makeup. Like I said, it's not a shiny finish at all. It's very velvety and neutral, but it is hardworking to fight against dehydration. Are you ready for fall? I feel like it crept up on me so quickly, but in the last week, I definitely have had the PSL and I brought out the tall boots. So I'm ready to embrace this season. And I hope that this video helped you to be ready to embrace the fall season. And again, if you're looking for some serum recommendations for fall, definitely check out the video from a couple of weeks ago with my suggestions. And if the video did help you, please consider hitting subscribe and coming and joining our skincare community, especially if you love K-beauty, if you love deep diving into skincare ingredients. That's what my channel is all about. And hey, drop your favorite moisturizers in the comments below. I love you so much. Thanks for being here with me today. I just want to encourage you to keep shining your light. I love you, and I can't wait to talk to you in the next video. Bye.